You're listening to the Options Insider Radio Network. For more quality options programs, visit www.theoptionsinsider.com or search for Options Insider Radio Network in your podcast provider of choice. Listeners can also access all of our programming through our mobile app, available in iTunes and on Google Play.
The options market can be a confusing place. Sorting through the daily avalanche of data, alerts, updates, articles, and analysis to find the most important information is an overwhelming prospect. But now you have help. Welcome to the Options News Rundown, the only program that breaks through the noise to bring you the most important news and information from the world of options. Every day we bring you the top 5 option stories curated by the options experts at theoptionsinsider.com, the premier source for free options information. The Options News Rundown is brought to you by Market Taker Mentoring, the leader in option trader education. Get trader education, daily trade ideas, and more with a free 1-week trial of Market Taker Mentoring's live Advantage group coaching class by visiting markettaker.com/insider. And now it's time to break through the noise. It's time for your Options News Rundown.
Good morning. Today is Friday, March 16th, 2018. This is your Options News Rundown. I'm Dan Passarelli. Our first story today is from CNBC.com. Housing starts fall more than expected in February. U.S. home building fell more than expected in February as the plunge in the construction of multifamily housing units offset a second straight monthly increase in single-family projects. Housing starts declined 7% to a seasonally adjusted annual rate of 1.23 million units, the Commerce Department said on Friday. Data for January was revised up slightly to show groundbreaking increasing to a 1.329 million unit pace instead of the previously reported 1.3626 million units. Economists polled by Reuters had forecast housing starts to fall to a pace of 1.290 million units last month. Permits for future home building decreased 5.7% to a rate of 1.298 million units in February. Our second story today comes by way of CNBC.com also. Investors just pumped the most money ever into stock funds in a single week. With the market correction barely a month in the rearview mirror, investors had jumped back into stocks in record numbers. U.S. stock-focused funds took $38.3 billion in fresh cash over the past week, a new peak that reverses much of the angst over the past several weeks, according to Bank of America Merrill Lynch. Resurgent interest in equities came as stock market indexes staged modest gains. The S&P 500 was up about 1.4% for the week ended March 14. The Dow Industrials were flat during the period. Our third story today is a story from, from NASDAQ.com. Looks like it's passed on from the Motley Fool. As drone delivery approaches, Amazon could be the big winner. In 2013, Amazon's Jeff Bezos, CEO, went on 60 Minutes to unveil a big surprise: drone delivery. Called Prime Air, the program would allow the company to deliver packages in 30 minutes or less. And Bezos predicted it would start happening in 4 to 5 years. Well, 4 to 5 years after that interview, the government is set to slash red tape and lift regulations that have prevented drone delivery from becoming a reality. According to a report in the Wall Street Journal, limited deliveries are expected to start happening within months, and at least 10 Federal Aviation Administration approved test programs for drone deliveries are expected to start in May. Amazon's VP of Prime Air, Gur Kimchi, said he was hoping his company would receive the necessary permits by next year. Amazon's long-term goal is to deliver packages of up to 5 pounds in a 20-mile radius from warehouses, a feat that would highlight why the company has been angling for drone deliveries for so many years. Our fourth story today is a story from FXStreet.com. WTI consolidates above $61. Rising supply concerns are capping gains. WTI crude oil held onto its modest daily gains through the mid-European session on Friday and was seen consolidating daily gains above the $61 a barrel mark. In its monthly report released on Thursday, the IEA increased its global oil demand growth forecast for 2018 and remained supportive of the commodity's minor uptick. Positive outlook to some extent was negated by concerns about rising supply from the U.S. and kept gains under check. Increasing supply from producers outside of OPEC offset efforts by the world's biggest oil producers, led by OPEC and Russia, to cut supply and reduce global stockpiles, and was eventually seen capping any additional uptick. Our fifth story today, I think it's the fifth, I'm losing count here, is from Investing.com. U.S. wants export caps in return for scrapping tariffs. The United States has set conditions for scrapping its planned punitive tariffs on steel and aluminum imports from Europe, a German magazine Der Spiegel reported, including capping U.S.-bound exports of the metals in 2017 at 2017 levels. The European Union has been pushing for talks to avert a trade war since U.S. President Donald Trump announced he would slap tariffs on a raft of high-value European exports in retaliation for alleged steel and aluminum dumping. The conditions named by U.S. Trade Representative Robert Lighthizer at a Brussels meeting with EU Trade Commissioner Cecilia Malmström also included a promise that Brussels take measures against steel dumping from China and cooperate in a wide range of other trade issues, Spiegel reported on Friday. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is news you can use for today, March 16th, 2018. Your Options News Rundown. I'm Dan Passarelli. Trade smart and have a great day.
Thank you for listening to the Options News Rundown. To learn more about these stories or any other developments from the world of options, visit www.theoptionsinsider.com, the premier source for free options information. The Options News Rundown is brought to you by Market Taker Mentoring, the leader in option trader education. Get trader education, daily trade ideas, and more with a free 1-week trial of Market Taker Mentoring's live Advantage group coaching class by visiting markettaker.com/insider.
The preceding program was a production of the Options Insider Radio Network. For more quality options programs, visit www.theoptionsinsider.com or search for Options Insider Radio Network in your podcast provider of choice. Listeners can also access all of our programming through our mobile app, available in iTunes and on Google Play. Don't forget to follow along with your favorite programs and submit your own questions for the hosts at twitter.com/options, facebook.com/theoptionsinsider, or via questions@theoptionsinsider.com.